Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we have many new cards to talk about. It's been a few days and the flooding of cards has flooded the internet. So there are multiple sources on all this. I'm just going to go through the cards and I will link all this, sources where I got these images and such in the description below. But let's get started. So we have another Swordcraft 1/1 on 1. This one has a enhanced 3 gain vein. It is an officer, but I don't know if you would use this over any other 1-drop in like a sword deck, like an aggro sword. Nah, I mean you got was a Ruthless Assassin that has Bane that can gain Storm if a commander is in play. So this like a 3-cost 1/1 with Bane that can't attack. I don't know. Doesn't seem very good. So next we have a legendary Havencraft card with Fanfare, and the Fanfare only activates on Enhance 7, which is deal 3 damage to all enemy followers and restore 3 defense to all other allied followers. So this seems pretty good. This is your turn 7 board clear. You have, what is it? It's that Lion card that evolves on 5 that can do 2 damage, right? So then you have Dark John, which does 2 damage to board on 6. This can do 3 damage to all on 7. They're losing Themis Decree when this expansion comes out. So, I mean, they have some good options to replace it now. So maybe they won't be as bad off as originally thought. We'll see. But I like this card. It seems pretty good. Next card we have is a neutral 4-cost 0/4 with Ward. Last words, draw 2 cards. The replacement for Bellringer Angel is Shining Bellringer Angel. It's cool. That's fine. I'm still kind of wary about reprinting every card you're rotating out, but we'll see what they do with that. Adept Archer is a Forestcraft 3/2 on 3. Whenever this follower attack or defense is increased by a spell or effect, deal 1 damage to a random enemy follower. So this could be pretty good in like Tempo Forest? That amulet that's been going around lately that increases your attack by 1. I think it's it when it attacks. I'm not sure. I don't play Forestcraft enough, but this seems pretty good in that kind of deck. It has the same evolve effect. It might find its place. It's got pretty alright stat line on 3 as well. And for the effect, you could definitely do a lot of ping and clear a board that way. And the thing Tempo Force really wants to do is keep your board clear while it keeps its board alive. So next we have Runecraft card, a 3/4 on 4 that has a Fanfare. Both players draw a card. And the evolve effect of both players draw a card. There's a Runecraft card that I think is getting rotated out. Yeah, this is the replacement for the other Sammy, the one that evolves. I forget its effect, what it evolve effect does. I know it makes both players draw a card. So this is the replacement. I think that's a 2-cost. I should have looked that up. But again, reprinting cards being rotated out, kind of questionable. But this one isn't. There's nothing wrong with this card. It's fairly balanced. Again, reprinting old cards, we have Ayla Dragon Sword, but instead of it just giving you a play point by dying, it needs to evolve to get an empty play point over. Now, so you can't play this. This is a 2-cost 2/2 instead of a 3-cost 2/2. Was it 2/2? Yeah. So On 2 you play this on 2 as just a vanilla 2, that's fine. And then on 4 you use it to trade if you evolve. So it's fairly balanced now. As of before, you didn't want to kill it, but if they evolve it, now you're forced to kill it, and it could do some face damage while you just leave it on board because you don't want to kill it. So, this is an alternative that, Ramp Dragon probably needs without the other Ayla. So, I guess I'm fine with this. The whole thing about Dragon Crap is ramping, and it's always going to be that way. So, they're always going to have cards like this, even if they're rotated out. So, there you go. And then we get to some cards that were revealed last night on some stream. I'll figure it out, and I'll link a description in the description. But I have all the translations here. This is the new Dragoncraft Legendary, 7 play point, 2/3. It's a Dragon Flame Zernitra. This is the reprint for the old Zernitra. This one, however, has an effect whenever a 3-cost or lower dragon follower enters your arena, it gets +0/+1. It has a fanfare and an evolve effect that summon a Hellflame Dragon. I think Hellflame Dragon is that one that comes out of Dragon Song Flute. Zernitra does not get any stats on evolve, so it's still a 2/3. The original one had Storm. This one does not. So, a more balanced Zernitra. The original one summoned a dragon, right? Which is a 5/5. So, rotating out. And it's not like it was broken or anything, because obviously no one uses Zernitra much. But this is probably a more balanced version of it, and it might see more play. Because it seems alright. Because of the first effect where when it's on board and something you play enters the arena, that thing gets +1 defense. Which could be good. I think someone will make use of it for sure. So then we have the new Havencraft Legendary. This was the second one, I think. That is a 7 play point, 3/7 with Ward. It gets +4/+0 during your opponent's turn only. Has a fanfare effect if you control an amulet, gain Storm. So this card's pretty good. This is what Stormhaven needs, I think, to get around a lot of the tools that it's losing, maybe. And it also is a very good defensive tool, because it's a 7/7 on your opponent's turn with Ward. So that's really good. I think this card could be good, but not any kind of crazy broken or anything. Just good, really good. Here we have the new Shadowcraft Legendary. We can't go an expansion without giving Shadowcraft some awesome, amazing cards. So here we go. Underworld Guardian Aisha has a alright, so this card has Rush. It has Necromancy 10, evolve this card, and it has an enhanced 10 effect of gain Storm. It is a 5/4, it evolves into a 5/4, and it has 2 attacks on turn if evolved. So this is Shadowcraft's version of Albert. Instead of rotating out Albert in 3 months and then giving Sword another Albert, they're going to give Albert to Shadowcraft a month earlier. Yeah, so I think this is a more balanced version of Albert. It can't get a lot of the value. It also, so Albert on Enhance, not even on Evolve, but on Enhance, can trade for free twice. This card has none of that. So if you want to trade with this card, it's gonna die most likely. It does, the Necromancy 10 cost is pretty steep to evolve it. You can also use an evolve point on it, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have Storm unless you play it on 10. So it seems balanced, but is this something Shadowcraft really needs to win a game? People are going to use this card for sure, because they can play it on 10, and it's a 5/4 with Storm then, and it can finish a game. And if you evolve it, which, if you don't draw Ektar, you're going to have Shadows out the wazoo. It's going to be able to attack twice a turn for 10 total. So, this card's really good. This is a card you would star just to make sure that it doesn't get out of control later. So, then we have Merchant Girl. This is a 3-play.23 sword commander with a fanfare given officer +1/+0. Enhanced 7, given officer +3/+2 instead. This is like, was it Gabriel? Is that the legendary? Neutral legendary? Gabriel? That gives +3/+2. But only works on officers, and it's a commander. And it's on 3. So that would clash with something like Roundtable Assembly. So you're not going to run this in aggro sword. You might run 1. But then, like, you Roundtable Assembly and you don't pull the 2 Juliets you want, then you're not happy with it. So I think that's a hit or miss one there. We'll see how that works in practice. We have over here, this is a 5-play.54. It's a Portalcraft card with a fanfare. If in residence, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. So Suedo board clear for Portalcraft there. It has pretty much a full stat line on 5, so definitely useful. You know, it's free 1 damage to all enemy followers. This card will destroy Swordcraft decks, unfortunately. But, you know, alright card, not too crazy there. Alright, so this card right here is complicated, as you can see with this giant effect. So, it is a Portalcraft card. A 2-play.22. A fanfare to shuffle 2 random artifacts, and then it lists 4 different ones into your deck. The 4 choices are Analyzing Artifact, 1-play.21 that draws a card on last words. You have Ancient Artifact, 1-play.31 with Rush. Mystic Artifact, a 3-play.23 with Ward, fanfare, draw card. And then Radiant Artifact, a 5-play.43 with Storm. This also has a last words. If it's currently your turn, put a random artifact from your deck into your hand. Otherwise, draw a card. There's a lot going on with this specific 2-drop card. This will definitely be used in all Portalcraft decks that are like artifact related, because this gives you so many options. Because it gives you 2 in your deck that you can draw later, or if you get the 5-play-point version, you can tutor an artifact. So this card's good. We'll see how good it is though later down the road. Alright, so next card we have is this is a legendary neutral Kronos. This is the poster boy for the expansion set, so has a fanfare. Give both leaders the following ability. At the end of their turn, the turn player draws cards equal to the attack of their follower with the highest attack. This ability does not stack. So, here's how this works. If you play a card, like you play Kronos, this card, and then you end turn, you will draw 4 cards because his attack is 4. Then let's say the next turn your opponent, like, Bahamut's, then they end turn, they will draw 13 cards. Obviously they will mill a bunch of cards. but you're also giving your opponent the ability to play a smaller follower and draw answers that they might need to close the game. This is a weird card because you're giving your opponent the ability to draw what they need to kill you. But you could do some crazy stuff, I think, with this card, and maybe force some kind of like, deck out victory. Maybe in some kind of like long control type matchup, this card wins you the game because you force your opponent to draw too many cards, but then you're also drawing 4 cards. Now, let's say, this card has immense value on your turn 8 if you just have no cards in hand and you fucking draw 4 cards. So the downside also, obviously, is your opponent's drawing cards at the same time. So maybe his stat line is kind of low for that kind of like drawback where you're giving your opponent the ability to draw a bunch of cards. Like I said, if they drop Bahamut, they obviously aren't going to Bahamut a 4-3. They would have an answer for that. That's different. But in theory, they draw an entire hand of cards. They're obviously milling a bunch of cards, but when you're refilling your opponent's hand to full, you're giving them too many options. So I don't know how good this card will ever be unless there's some kind of weird combo card that isn't revealed yet that would be useful for this. So there's that. We have a 3-cost 3/3 Portalcraft card again with Ward. It cannot attack, but you evolve it, and when in Resonance, this card loses all abilities. So it'll evolve into a 5/5 that does not have Ward and can attack, which is interesting. So it could either be used as a defensive tool or just evolve into a 5/5. I don't know. You have to waste an evolve point to get this card to be useful at all. So, it could be a good defensive tool on 3. 3/3 on 3 with Ward is pretty good. So, then we have some more English cards that I've missed over the days. Morton the Manipulator. Well, did I talk about this card? I think I might have talked about this card. So these are cards I think I talked about in another video. These are actual pictures that I put them with that. So 3/3 that evolves into a 3/3 evolve, banish an enemy follower that costs 2 play points or less, and put a copy of that follower into play as an allied follower. So yeah, you can do stuff like banish your opponent's Urius and put it into play. Maybe I didn't talk about this card yet. I don't remember. It's been a long week, but you're playing Blood and they play Urius and you just you banish it, and then you put it in play on your side of the field. So now you're doing ping damage to them. Stuff like that. This could be a pretty good card for Portalcraft to control the early game, for sure. This card, Marion Fierce Dragonute, has a fanfare. Transform a Dragoncraft card into your hand into a Blazing Breath. So even like, you have a useless card in your hand, you need a Blazing Breath to clear a board, there you go. That's what that card does. We have Bone Bug whenever, this is a Shadowcraft card, whenever another allied follower is destroyed. Restore 1 defense to your leader. Does Shadow need... Shadow probably needs some healing, but are they really going to do this? Are they really going to use this in practice, maybe? I think there might be better options for 2 for Shadow. Because you have to play this on 2, then it has to survive 2, or has to survive to 3, and then you pop something else. I don't know. It just, I don't like it. So then we have Havencraft Amulet, 4-cost, Ancient Protector, countdown 1. The fanfare, summon a Heaven's Golem. Last words: destroy all allied Heaven's Golems. Heaven's Golem is 6/6 with ward, cannot attack. So basically, was Ice Form Golem in Runecraft. You can evolve it. You can the evolve effect banish an amulet, and then it can attack, and it's a 6/6 on evolve. So what you do is play the amulet. You get the Heaven's Golem. You evolve this to trade or whatever, and then you banish the element or banish the amulet, and you have a 6/6 on board. The other thing you can do with this card is you don't even have to banish your amulet. You can banish an amulet. You can banish any amulet you want. Your opponent's Beast Call, or no, Beast Call will be rotated out, but your opponent's, Globe of the Starways or whatever other amulet Haven's running, like they have the 4-cost amulet that destroys a follower. It's slipping my mind, but that's on board with countdown 1. You banish it, now your monster won't be destroyed. So there's a lot of good stuff you can do there. And then we have some websites that have revealed cards. We have Furious Elder Weedman. 2-cost, 2/1, evolves into a 4/3. Fanfare, give +1/+0 to another allied 4th strat follower. Again, this is like a tempo force thing. It has a fanfare effect, not a evolve effect, so this is a pretty good card to play, like if you're playing tempo force, this definitely will help keep your board stabilized. Then we have 4 other cards that were revealed on a website called Pocket Gamer. We have a neutral card, 2/2 Happy Pig, that has a last words: restore 1 defense to your leader. If it's evolved, it has a restore 3 defense to your leader. Okay card, I guess. I swear if Dragon starts running this card so they can have more healing, I'm going to flip him. But we have Homebound Mercenary, Swordcraft, Officer. At the end of your return, restore 1 defense to this follower. It has an enhanced 4 game +1/+2. So on 4, it would be a 3/4. I guess that's okay. It evolves then into a 5/7 or 5/6. I mean, it can trade and then restore defense. I guess it's okay. It's not too bad. Runecraft Grand Summoning, Earthright, give +1/+0 to all allied followers, including followers summoned by this card. Summon a Guardian Golem, Clay Golem, and a Scrap Golem. So this could be pretty good for Earthright. But 6 is a pretty, there's a lot on 6. It's crowded. But I like this card. It's pretty good. And then finally, for today, we have Stormborn Wings. This 1-cost, transform a Dragoncraft card in your hand into a Wind Blast Dragon. I'm trying to remember what a Wind Blast Dragon is. But at 1, it's like that other card where you transform a card into a Blazing Breath. This helps you adjust your hand to a situation, which is pretty good. I like that. So that's all for today. A lot of cards. I haven't done a video in a couple days, and because of that, I think they released more cards than I thought they would. So we'll be back for more probably sometime next week when they reveal some more cards. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below if you want to see more videos on this. I will be revealing all the cards over the course of these next couple weeks before the expansion, and we will definitely be playing a lot of the expansion when it comes out. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.